Welcome into the recap of the Bears' nail-biting 24-17 victory over the Tennessee Titans Sunday afternoon at Soldier Field. I'm David Kaplan. It's brought to you by our great partners at the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. They are the official truck partner of the Chicago Bears, and Feldco, Chicago's home renewal experts. Don't forget Feldco Football Recap Live with me, Olin Kreutz and Tom Waddle, Tuesday night at 8 o'clock here on the channel. All right, let's get into this. Folks, that was not a pretty game today from the offense. The defense, outstanding job. Outstanding job. They had their moments where they didn't look great. Levis had a couple of really nice throws, and Tony Pollard did a really good job running the football when they got their offense going. But then the Bears at the half made a couple of adjustments, did a really good job at pressuring Will Levis, brought some heat when they had to, and they found a way to win a football game where their offense was awful. That's just being honest. They were terrible today. Offensive line, lousy. Coleman Shelton, I know you're blocking a 360-pound dude in front of you, but guess what? That's your job, and you got to find a way to get the job done. Now, they're not going to face a front four as tough to match up with until they probably get later in the season when you got to deal with like a Kenny Clark at Green Bay. But you're going to have to do a hell of a lot better than you did today, or you're not going to get this thing rolling offensively like we all want them to. Caleb Williams was not good today. He would tell you that. That's a fact. But the bottom line is you run to the teller at the bank and you put the check of the win in. Put that in. Win is a win is a win is a win. That's all that matters is you're 1-0. Now you go back to work with a little spring in your step going, we got a lot of stuff we've got to clean up. That's what they're going to say up at Hallis Hall. By the way, Jonathan Hood and I will talk to Matt Eberflus Monday morning at 8:20 on ESPN 1000, the home of the Bears. So hope you'll tune in. All right, let's get to a few key things here. First of all, Velus Jones ran the ball hard when they gave it to him as a running back, but you fumble a kick. You fumble that kick and give them possession deep in the Bears' end? Are you kidding me? That cannot happen. And that was the last time he was back there on a kick. Look, they like this guy. He's got a lot of athleticism and great speed. And when they got him the ball in the run game, he looked fine. You can't fumble as a special teams guy and be the fourth running back and think you're going to keep your spot on the roster. What they do with him, I don't know. They didn't bench him during the game in the other roles. They did pull him and put Carter back there, thank goodness, because he looked really good in his return role. All right, Chevy, drive of the game. They got field goals. Thank you, Cairo Santos. 3 field goals. He was great. But guess what? I'm going to give the Chevy drive of the game because they didn't really have one to the block punt by Daniel Hardy and the Jonathan Owens scoop and score on that play. That is the Chicagoland Chevy dealers drive of the game. Dr. Pepper, play of the game. That's easy. Tyreek Stevenson with a pick 6. Will Levis, what are you thinking? That was one of the most boneheaded, stupid plays I've ever seen. You're going down and you're going to flip the thing right there. Thank you. See you later. Gone. Touchdown. Bears win the football game. Holy shit. If I was his coach, I would be absolutely irate with this dude because he just gift wrapped a touchdown that helped the Bears win the football game. 43 yards. Awful decision. One really good thing that I like today, boy, that defense in the second half came to eat. They got pressure. Didn't get a ton of sacks. They had 3. But Darrell Taylor, who Ryan Poles traded for at the end of camp from Seattle, 2 sacks, a forced fumble that was recovered by TJ Edwards at the Titan 31. And so he's going to get our ABT Apt Electronics Player of the Game for the Rush Edge. Played a hell of a football game. I also want to tell you there was a big play by Caleb, a big play. On a 3rd down, it looked like he was going to have to just throw the ball away or dirt it, and he slid. He took off, ran for 5 or 6 yards, slid, didn't get hit, and it set up a 51-yard field goal. I believe it was 51 from Cairo Santos. That's a big kick there. Gets you to 17-16. So while he did not throw the ball well today, while he did not play well, cannot take a 19-yard freaking sack, get the freaking football out quicker, guess what? That was a big play in the game. And listen to this stat of the day. 4 seasons, heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electric. Stat of the day from Bill Barnwell at ESPN. Teams trailing by 2 or more scores at halftime who failed to score an offensive touchdown in the game had been 2 and 306 since the year 2000. The Bears make it 3 and 306. And finally, I'm getting a bunch of you coming at me going, has any quarterback ever been that bad in his opener and then turned into a good quarterback? I'll give you one. Donovan McNabb was 8 for 21 for 60 yards and 3 sacks when he made his debut for the Eagles. Freaking-lax. They won. Take the win and get back to freaking work. Bears win, baby. 1-0. That's all I know. 1-0. We'll see you Tuesday night right here on the channel. Take that.